Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. And today's video I'm gonna explain you how you can learn English at home without money or without buying a course. So it's completely easy. I'm gonna give you like 10 steps to follow, and well, let's dive into it. I already have here in this paper what I'm going to say. So the first step that you're going to follow is know what your level in this language is. Down below in the description, I will give you a link. And through that link, you will know what is your level. By knowing that, also, I'm going to give you a PDF in your level. For example, if you're in A1 to A2 level in English, the basic or the beginner language, the beginner level, don't worry because I'm gonna give you what kind of topics you can learn or you should learn in that. And also, if you get a intermediate level, then you will going to find the topics in that level, all right, and so on. Now let's move on to the next step. The next step is mindset, all right. Sometimes when we're starting to learn new things, for example this language English, we always wonder, what can I do to achieve or make my goal achievable? And sometimes we always getting frustrated, overwhelmed because maybe we think about to travel abroad to learn new languages, but this is not the case. Nowadays, you can learn English at home without investing in a course. It's completely simple. For example, you have this setting here where you're watching right now. This video is YouTube. YouTube, you're gonna have a lot of content related to how to learn English or any language. And also, I'm gonna give you another link below in the description because with that link, you can join in my community, all right, for free. It's completely free and you don't need to pay anything for that. Well, sometimes we feel frustrated and overwhelmed because we don't have any company to, we don't have any partner or a classmate to learn it, right? And also you can find that in my community for free. But sometimes we create a bubble, you know, and we need to break it down, that bubble, in multiple pieces. For example, I just create a bubble like, okay, I don't have anyone to talk with, so I'm never gonna improve in my speaking skills. But now you're watching me speaking in English. I don't have the best speaking skill communication in this language because I'm learning it to improve more than ever. But that's why it's so important to break down this little bubble, so and try to come out to the comfort zone. So that's why it's so important. And don't realize, and you didn't notice, when you're watching another people to get successful in different ways and you learn from that, and then you need to take action because we have many resources and we didn't take action, and this is completely awful and awkward at the same time because we want to achieve our goal, learn English, but we didn't take action, which is so. And always, it's like a misunderstanding over there because in your mind, through your thoughts, you wonder why I didn't get my goal. And that's one of the biggest or the multiple reasons why you didn't or you don't getting your result or whatever you want to go. So the another step is trying to understand how work the 80-20%. This is a rule by Pareto. You can learn from it, and it's completely amazing and useful because it's going to save sometimes. I didn't remember how can I say ahorrarte tiempo in English, but it's kind of trying, For example, I'm here in recording a YouTube video tutorial for you, and I'm making mistakes, and that's very cool because I'm learning from that. Well, talking about the Pareto rule, it's completely simple. If you want to learn, for example, a topic, whatever the topic is, for example, grammar rules, and there's 1,000 rules outside, and you don't want to learn everything, right? Because you're going to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and then you're going to quit. But it's completely simple if you use this beautiful rule. And it's completely simple. You can use the AI not just for do your whole job or whole work or whole task. You get the point, right? It's trying to make the path more effectively, right? So you're going to ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever you prefer, and ask the AI and ask to the AI like, can you give me the rules that I need to use, and I'm gonna need it in a future time to talk, to communicate it, to write down all the things to understand what the people are saying to me, etc. Like, but you're gonna tell me what kind of rule I'm going to learn using the rule by Pareto. For example, nowadays it's completely simple to understand what the speakers or the native speaker talk with or use for it. For example, I really love watch a lot of videos in English, and I've been noticed they use the present simple, the past participle. I didn't know if I said that correct, but anyway, you understand me, right? I apologize. So it's completely simple to identify what kind of areas you need to improve or you need to learn from it using this rule, and you're gonna save a lot of time without lose your motivation, without lose your discipline, and you're getting more like a peaceful inside your soul because you're learning and you're really implementing those kind of aspects in your life, which is pretty amazing. Now I'm gonna talk about the different areas in this language. Now the first one is I'm gonna talk about is the writing skill. The writing skill is completely amazing because if you when while you're writing, right, you're writing, for example, in a topic like how improve my English skills, for example, just an example, and then you're like writing the step by step how you can do that, and all this is going to help you to notice what kind of mistake you're making on that time when you're writing, right? And obviously, after you do that, you are going to read it out loud. And then again, you're going to notice your mistakes, which is amazing because it's going to help you to improve a lot while you're writing. And also, that's going to help you to improve your speaking skills because it's like a complement or kind of balance, I can say. Because if you write, your brain is going to understand how the grammar work, which is amazing. And well, requires a lot of patience because at the beginning was and is a little frustrating for me, and it's going to be for you. But trust me, it's really important. And how can I write every single day? It's completely simple. You can buy a book, or take a notebook from your high school, and start writing a journal like 10 to 15 minutes per day, every single day without fail, which is amazing. And that's going to um, help you a lot in this kind of aspect. Now, the second aspect is the listening skill. The listening skill is completely amazing and simple to do. For example, in here in this YouTube channel, you can hear or listen a lot of and 1,000 videos from different aspects, and you're going to understand how the native speaker actually talk, how actually they articulate some sounds, words, how they pronounce some words, phrases, and so on. And that allows you to understand how really work the language, which is amazing. And obviously, you can do it from what you love. If you enjoy watching about entertainment videos, game games in this platform, you're looking for it, but you're not going to listen in your native tone. For example, my tone is Spanish. You're going to listen those kind of videos just in English. If you get the opportunity to turn on the subtitles, then go ahead and turn on the subtitles. If you understand the 98%, then you're going to turn off the subtitles and try to understand without watching at the same time and reading at the same time the subtitles. All right, you got the point, right? So let's move on to the speaking skills. The speaking skills is very amazing because you can embrace or you can enhance the communication with another people while you're talking with, right? It's completely simple too, but it requires your time because if you want to improve in your speaking skill, you're never gonna do that without stay at your own, like watching videos, listening podcasts. You need to talk, bro. You need to start speaking. For example, you can do what I'm doing right now. Record a video of yourself talking in English. Any topic. But you prefer start talking. No matter if you make mistakes. For example, after finished after finish this, I'm going to rewatch my video talking in English, and that you're going to do, and you're going to highlight your mistakes. And if you want, write down all this kind of mistake that you made, and that's going to help you a lot to improve in a better result and improve as faster as possible if you want. And another thing that you can do is record your voice on your cell phone without watching you while you're talking. Or another step or advice is trying to speak in front of mirror, in front of the mirror, because you can watch yourself how you can actually talk and how you move your mouth and different little aspects that's gonna help you a lot to improve. All right. The another is reading. Reading is completely amazing because it's going to help you in different kind of areas in English. For example, it's going to help you to understand how the grammar work because you're reading the structure directly from native speaker who are reading those kind of articles, books, histories, whatever you're going to read, you're going to read it out loud. Yeah, you're not going to read like in your mind. You need to read it out loud. All right, if and also you can record yourself while you're reading. And if you don't know what kind of word is that, then highlight it. And after doing that, you're going to the Google Translator or your favorite translator to understand what is the meaning of that word. Then it's going to be useful, which is perfect. And that's how you can improve in your reading skills. All right. And the another point is the vocabulary. It's completely complex. Sometimes learn a lot of thousand words, phrases, phrasal verbs, etc. But we need to focus on the most spoken vocabulary around the world. And for that, you can use the rule by Pareto, and using that is going to help you a lot, and your progress is going to flow in an amazing way, and you're gonna be amazed with your results. And also, you can write your words that you want to learn, and create some histories or create some stories from that, and you're going to take five. All right, you're going to take five, and you're going to implement those kind of words in your writing or your journal, and that's going to help you to remind you what you learned or what you're learning at the moment. All right, and now we're going to talk about the input, the comprehensible input. The comprehensible input is completely amazing, and this is the part what I enjoy the most because it's just to immerse yourself in an environment, just an English environment, and you need to be surrounded by all the things in English without zero excuses. All right, you got your phones on your hands right now. You got YouTube, you got TikTok, Instagram, and so many apps that could help you to learn and improve in this kind of aspect. So basically, it's trying to um, use a passive mood to learn and make enjoyable that time and make it enjoyable, right? For example, you can watch 1,000 movies in English series and so on. So you prefer what you want to watch, listen, or write or read. It's up to you. So that's how you can learn English at home without money. And if you're a student, as me. So, guys, I hope you implement this kind of routine in your life because it's going to help you a lot. And if you really, really, really want to improve, go ahead. What are you waiting for? See ya in the next video.